cheap and free things can you do with kids over this half-term break? Hi, my name is Rachel. I'm a solo mum to one. On this channel, I talk everything budgeting, saving, frugal living, and general life as a mum. So if you like that kind of thing, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But half-term holidays in the UK is only 2 weeks away. I think they've got rest of this week and next week, and then we're in half-term holiday. And they've only been at school for 5 weeks. It feels like I have blinked and we're already on another break. This time, on this May half term, my ex-husband is going to be away for the whole of the half-term holiday because he's going away for a friend's birthday. So I've got to keep my son entertained for an entire week on a budget. And I was like, how am I going to do that with a very active child who likes to always be doing something? And so do I. But I also like to have 5 minutes peace, and he doesn't. He just likes to go, go, go. What can I do with him that is not going to cost me a lot of money? Because when they go back to school, they only have like 7 weeks left of school, and then it's 6 weeks off. So it just feels like it's quite a lot of money to spend out to keep children entertained. So me being me, I started researching different things that I could do to keep my son entertained, which is not going to cost me anything or very, very little. So I'm going to go through these 25 things that I have found, and then I'm going to talk to you about the things that I've got planned with my son over the May half-term break. So let's get into the first thing. Let's get into things that we can do outside with our kids. So my son loves to be outdoors. He doesn't like doing a lot of the things like digging, mud, all that kind of stuff. He doesn't like to get dirty, which is fine by me because I don't like getting dirty or having to clean up dirty clothes. I would do it if he wants to, of course I would, but prefer not to, really. But he doesn't like doing all that stuff. He just likes to be outside, likes to be active. So if it is a lovely half-term break, which I hope that it is, then I can get him outdoors. Now here's a few things that you could do. I will be doing some of these, but not all of them. So the first thing is to go on a nature scavenger hunt. So you can go to a local park, or you can choose a woodland area near you, or one that's just not too far away from you in driving distance if you can drive, or even walking distance if you don't drive. And you can print off these scavenger hunts for nature. You try and find certain trees, you can find bugs, you can find all sorts of things. And then you're going on this big nature scavenger hunt. And my son absolutely loves the scavenger hunt. When we go on the Disney cruise, I know there's a kind of scavenger mouse detective thing, and he's already looking forward to doing that. So I know that he would absolutely love doing a scavenger hunt. You can make your own, or you can print one off online. There's lots of free ones online that you can have a look at. You can get some on Pinterest, or you can just type it into Google, free nature scavenger hunt template, and it'll be there for you. Okay, the next one is a really obvious one, is to go to a local park or a local playground. Pack a picnic so you can spend the whole day there. Take a footboard, take some scooters, take some outdoor toys. If you are friends with people at the school, maybe see if a few of them want to go with you and make a bit of an afternoon or a whole day of it. And kids just love going off and playing in the park. They can make their own entertainment. As I always say, as long as I can see you, we're absolutely fine. You can go wherever you want. We always position ourselves, if I'm with other mums, to a spot where we can always see them, we can always see the kids, and then we can just go and have a little natter and they can go off and play. So making yourself a picnic and going off with some outdoor fun summer toys would be a great thing to do for an afternoon. Now, if your child has no problem with insects, then you could go on a bug hunt. Now, I know in Poundland, I think it was Poundland I saw them, you can get these little tiny magnifying glasses and you can go on a little bug hunt. Again, you could make this a scavenger hunt as well and go and find certain bugs and go searching in a woodland or in a local park or something like that if you wanted to. My son absolutely hates bugs. He will run away from a fly. He will scream at a spider. He absolutely despises any kind of bug whatsoever. So this is a big no for me because I just can't handle it. But he absolutely hates bugs. So, but if your child doesn't mind getting outside and looking at wildlife and looking at bugs, then maybe you could go on a little bug hunt one day. Now, there is a local farm by us that they actually open their farm every holiday. and one of their activities they have is a bug hunt, and they actually have little houses where bugs can go in and the kids can go and look at them. Obviously when we go, we avoid that section because my son hates it. Now, depending on where you live, you could do a river day or a beach day. Now, in the next town over from us, there is a river with lots of boats in, and there's a little ice cream hut there as well. So sometimes we will go over there, we go and look in the beautiful church as well, because it's such a lovely church. We go into their high street, into their town centre. It's not very big, it's quite small, and we'll just go and have a look there. And then we go and get an ice cream and go and sit by the river and watch the boats go by. It is a little bit more money. Obviously, you're buying ice cream, and you're not spending £50–60 out if you're going to go to a theme park or something. We don't actually have a beach near us. Our nearest beach is about 45 minutes to an hour away. But we usually do that in the summer. I'll take him down to the beach. And one beach about an hour or so away from us is Weston-super-Mare, or as we used to call it as kids, Weston-super-Mud. I haven't took my son there yet. I'd love to take him to go on the pier because he loves like amusement arcades and stuff. So I'll probably do that one day in the summer, or I might even take him in October if we've got a nice day. It doesn't have to be a warm day, just a nice day. But there's another beach by us which you have to book to go to, and they have two sections. They have the main beach, and then they have like a kids section. And then you can take your own barbecues and you can do that, and it's just, they got this whole water adventure park over the other side. My son has been a bit too young to go on that, and he couldn't swim, so I think next year his swimming skills are going to be even better and he'll be old enough to go on it. So I think next year I'll take him back to that beach. But if you do have a local beach by you, just again packing up a picnic and just going to sit and make sandcastles and play on the beach for the day. If you can't go out and you have to stay at home, whether for any reason, some people just need to stay at home. It could be complete lack of funds. It could be not easily accessible to get out places. But if you have to stay at home with your kids, here are a few things that you can do at home that's not going to cost you a lot of money. Now, the first thing is to build things out of recycling things that you have. So we're about a week and a bit away from half term. So now would be a really good time to get a box and start putting some recycling things in there, such as old egg cartons, washing up liquid bottles, milk cartons. Obviously clean it all out first, put it all together, and then you can go out in the garden or find some space in the house and say, right, what are we building with all of this? It gets the kids to use their imagination a little bit more, and not just that, but it saves you a lot of money and the kids are going to love it. Now, if you can afford some paints, or if you've got paint at home, they could spend one day building and then the next day painting it. So there's 2 days of the half-term holiday already done, just by building things out of stuff you already have in your home. If you have children that are like my nieces and love to draw and colour and be creative, then you can print off some free colouring sheets from Pinterest and from Google. Just search any kind of colouring sheets and you can print some free ones off. And you could put some music on, you could put a movie on, you could just sit there in the nice quiet and having a chat with your children, and you could do some colouring. If you don't want to print any off and you can afford to spend a couple of quid on some colouring books, they're just going to love it just the same. Personally, when my son was small, he absolutely loved colouring, but as he's got older, he's not really into it anymore. But finding a colouring book which was Mario or Sonic or something like that was actually quite expensive, like £8 for a colouring book, which I know I'm probably going to throw away once he's finished with it. So I just went online, quickly put Mario free colouring pages in, and loads come up. I just printed them off and he just coloured those in, and it saved me a little bit of money. The next one is a bit like the recyclable building things, but this time doing crafts at home. So if you could go to Poundland or Home Bargains and buy a load of craft items. I think in Home Bargains you can buy a big set of craft items, or in the works even, for like £5, and then just let them do whatever they want, really. Just let them do that. That will take a good couple of hours. And what I notice, especially with my son, as long as I either get him out for a few hours or I can keep him entertained for a few hours a day and doing something that's going to stimulate his brain, he doesn't need to be out all day. So sometimes I'll take him out all day, sometimes I'll keep him occupied all day. but sometimes just a couple of hours of doing arts and crafts for the whole morning will keep him stimulated for the rest of the day. So if you can search your home, you might have some craft bits already, or if you can afford £5 to £10 to go and get a big craft box of stuff, give it to your kids and just let them go nuts. They'll be quiet for ages. This next one, my son and my nieces absolutely love it. Every time they come here, they've always got them out in the back garden, and that is getting chalk pavement drawings. So I bought these big chalk colouring stick things in Poundland, I think for like £2.50 ages ago, absolutely ages ago, and they're still going strong. And when they come here, we move the patio table and they'll just draw all over the patio. And you can either wash it away with a bucket and water or just wait for the rain to come and it will wash away anyway. But it really is fun. They've done like a whole set before, so like one person started it and then the next person did a bit more, then the next one did a little bit more, and then it rotated. It was so much fun. They have such good imaginations, kids do. So get some chalk and just let them go nuts on the pavement. Now this one is not for me. I've tried it, I hate it, we avoid it. And that is making Play-Doh or slime at home, because you can make it yourself at home, which is a lot cheaper. But I hate the stuff. I hate Play-Doh. It gets stuck in everywhere, and if you don't see it, it goes hard, and it's just horrible. And I hate slime. I hate slime. Let me know if you hate slime and Play-Doh as well, because I absolutely despise it. But if you have a child who absolutely loves Play-Doh and slime and you don't mind it being in the house and making a big old mess, then you can actually do your homemade Play-Doh and homemade slime. There's lots of ways that you can do it. Just go and have a look on Pinterest and it will tell you what to do. Actually getting the kids to make it is going to be so much fun, and then they can play with it afterwards. They're going to absolutely love it. It'll be a great day in the half-term holiday. Okay, other things you can do at home, some of my favourite things that I do. My son's getting a bit older now, so he doesn't really like doing this stuff as much as he did when he was younger, but if I can talk him into it, then he will. So the first thing is to have a movie marathon. So if it's lovely outside, and obviously try and get them outdoors, but you can never trust the British weather, can you? So if you have to stay in because it's raining, try and get a movie marathon. So if you want to do a Disney movie marathon, which we really need to do coming up to Disney Cruise, a Harry Potter one, a superhero one, anything that your kid absolutely loves, get some snacks in if you can afford it, and just do a big movie marathon together. Trust me, your kid will just love you cuddling up to them watching a movie together. You could do a board game day. Now, I used to love doing these with my son, but we are both extremely competitive. So now that he's getting older, it can turn into an argument. And I know that I'm the adult and I should be a little bit more, oh, it's okay. But he needs to learn to lose, people. He needs to learn to lose as well as learn to win. But having a board game day, you could have a game console day. You could go on the Switch or the Xbox or the PlayStation. But sometimes there's nothing better than an actual board game, is there? Like Guess Who or Twister or Monopoly. So any of those kind of games, if you don't have them, go and check out some charity shops. Go to the car boot and have a look there. I always find board games in a charity shop. You could even look on Facebook Marketplace. Without having the TV on or anything, it's just you connecting with your kids and having fun playing old school board games just like we did when we were kids. If the weather is really, really nice, you could do some back garden camping. So if you have a tent, you could do some camping outside at night if you wanted to, or you could build a fort in the garden for the day, put a little tiny table, put some blankets in there, get some chairs in there, if you've got the little tiny kids ones or something. And then you could have like your lunch, you have a picnic in your fort in the garden. They will love building it and they will love sitting in there with you while you have your lunch or your dinner. And kids are so imaginative, like I said, they will find something to do with that throughout the rest of the day. Another thing that I absolutely love to do is to bake with my son. Again, he's getting older, he's just not interested in it as much, but we used to make cakes or cookies or biscuits. We used to make our own pizzas as well. We used to have them for dinner. So you could build a fort, then come in, make pizza, and then eat the pizza in the fort in the back garden if you wanted to. So doing a baking day, a cooking day, and it is May, end of May, so strawberry season is here. So you could even go strawberry picking and then go make some strawberry ice cream, strawberry milkshakes or something, and you could spend the whole day baking and cooking together. Now, this last one isn't really a home thing, but you could do it at home afterwards, is go to the local library. Now, usually the local libraries have activities on throughout the holidays as well, so there might be an activity on. Or you could go to the library, you could pick out some books, your child could pick out some books and come home and just sit there and read. So you could listen to your child read, they could read quietly on their own, you could get some books and read on your own as well. So sometimes just having a little trip to the library, nice little walk to the library if it's not too far from you, picking out some books, doing some activities in the library if there's any on, and then coming home is a great, nice, relaxing and calm morning to have. Which leads me on to the next thing, is community-based activities. So go on local Facebook groups in your area and see if there's any activities that are going on that day or in that half-term week. In the area that I live, there's always something going on somewhere. There's like thousands of parks where I am, so there's always something happening at a local park. Someone's putting on an event or something. Again, like I said, the libraries have events as well, so use your Facebook groups and see if there's anything going on in your local area. You could go to a museum. Museums are usually free to go in anyway, so you could go in there and have a look around and teach your kids something, depending where you live. And we have two museums where we live, one in the town I live in and one in the town over. A few months ago they did a Star Wars event that my son went to with his dad, and he absolutely loved it. The one that we have near us doesn't really do a lot, but if you are living in London, there's lots of museums that you could do in London or anywhere else that you live in the world. If you've got museums near you, it's great to go and have a look around a museum. Go and check some DIY and craft stores such as Hobbycraft, B&Q, Pets at Home. They sometimes do workshops for kids, so do like a crafts workshop. So do check out Hobbycraft, Pets at Home, Dogs Trust, B&Q, places like that to see if there's any free events that you can sign your kids up to for the day. Also, check out if there is any local park runs that you could go to with your kids if you are into fitness or you want to get fit and healthy. This is a great way of keeping active with your children as well, and signing up to a local park run. I know my ex-husband does it with our son sometimes. I don't, because I don't like running. But if you are active, if you like doing that kind of thing, then do sign up to a local park run and take them out one day. There might even be some free sporting events that be going on near your area as well. So again, check out forums, community pages on Facebook or anywhere else that you know your community posts different things, and you can see there's any activities that you could do with your kids. If you have a local farm near you, then you could take them to the farm. Now, sometimes the big farms, like we've got one near us, the Cotswold Farm Park, Cotswold Wildlife Park, not overly cheap. I will say that they are quite expensive, but there are some little independent farm places which are not expensive. So we went to a farm in the Easter break called Newbridge Farm, which is about 45 minutes to an hour away from us, and it was £7 for adults and £5 for kids. They spent the entire day there. We got there at 10 o'clock. We didn't get back until 3:30. And to be fair, if we didn't have to get home for anything, they would have stayed there till closing because there was just so much to do. So there are some cheaper places, so do check out the independent farm places before you go off to the big zoos or the big farm parks to have a look there, because sometimes the independent ones are a lot cheaper and still just as good. So what my son loves to do with my nieces when they come is they do fitness on YouTube. So I put some fitness kids YouTube videos on. They do yoga, they'll do this running thing. They've done this one with minions where they've got to run and then the minions come. If it's a certain minion, they've got to duck. If it's another minion, they've got to jump, and then or they've got to move side to side. And they love it. They do that one, they do a princess one, they do Mario and Sonic one. They do lots of these different fitness YouTube videos. It's a great way to get them active. I like to try and get them to do it first thing in the morning if they've had a sleepover, just to get them awake again. But they really do enjoy doing those YouTube workout ones. Another thing you could do is science experiments at home by making your own volcanoes, making your own lava lamps. You could do things like that if you are into that kind of thing. My ex does it with our son because he likes science and he's quite nerdy, but no. I'm not good at it. I'm just not good at it. I'll probably put a Mento in a bottle of Coke and just see it explode because it's fun, but I won't actually sit there and build stuff. But if you like science and making all different experiments, then do go and try different science experiments. Look on YouTube, look on Instagram, look on TikTok and put kids science experiments in, and they will give you lots of different ideas that you can do with your kids. Now, this is a really good one, is creating a family tree. So maybe if you've got younger kids, probably not. But if you've got slightly older kids and they're going on board, maybe creating a family tree with them so they can see the history of their family and where they've all come from. I haven't done a family tree because my family is very confusing, very, very confusing. But I know that there is a family tree in my extended family. There's several of them and they're all different. I don't know how they've become all different, but they are all different. Some of them, we're not even on it. No, we're not on it at all. This is how messed up my family is. We're not even on the family tree. And I'm like, I'm your niece. But no, apparently we don't exist in their world. But I think that's really good for slightly older kids if they like to learn about history and like to learn more about your family, especially if they haven't got grandparents, if they pass or anything, then learning about the family tree, learning how far they can go back would be a really good project for them to do. And if they are slightly older, you could start talking to them about budgeting and money, and you could help them make budgeting trackers and money saving trackers and all that kind of stuff. Again, I think this is more for the older kids that you're teaching them. But if you have a child slightly older that you want to teach them about money, and I don't think they're ever too young to learn about money, but you actually want to teach them how to budget, learn about trackers and all that kind of stuff, it's something that you could definitely do. And another thing that I think is a really, really good idea, especially for, I would say, 10 upwards. I mean, you can do it younger. I would love to do it with my son, but he's just not interested, is to talk about gratitude journals and making vision boards and mood boards. Because I feel that in today's world with social media is such a massive part of everyone's life that it can be a really good tool, but it can also be a really toxic tool. So if you're teaching them outside of social media about vision boards, mood boards, gratitude journals, meditation, all that stuff to really connect with themselves, it's going to better them in life when they get a bit older. And one more thing is something called geocaching. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Apparently it's a bit like Pokemon Go, I assume, where it's an app and you just follow this app to find things. It's called geocaching. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And it's a fun treasure hunt for the outdoors. So if you want to get them out and about and they like technology, then that's something you can combine the both of them. So that is 25 things that you can do with your kids this half-term holiday. Is there anything there that you would absolutely love to do with them? Or is there anything that you are just like, no, that's just not something that we want to do? These are all on the budget or free, so that you can save a little bit of money, which we definitely need to do this half term because we've got a big summer coming up. However, as I said at the beginning, this half term is just my son and I, because my ex is away for a friend's birthday for the entire week. And from the Friday through to the Monday, we are in Butlins. So we come back Monday morning. There are a few free events because it's actually a bank holiday that day. So once we come back from Butlins, I'll take him out for the day to go and enjoy these different activities that are happening. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we actually have a dog in. So we are going to be looking after a dog called Bellatrix, which will be lovely. This dog can be left on her own if I need her to. So I might quickly run my son to the park for an hour or two, or I take him to the park but take the dog with me. So I'll probably do a park run at some point over those 3 days. Also, I do like to have a day in with him at least once or twice over the half term, just for him to kind of reset and relax a little bit and just be bored. I like him sometimes to be bored, so he has to find his own entertainment. On the Friday, I do want to take him out for the day, but I'm not sure where I'm going to take him just yet, but I would like to take him out for the day. And then on the Saturday, we've got another dog in called Rudy. So we are going to have a day in on the Saturday, unless, of course, he's got a football match. And then his dad comes and picks him up on Sunday morning, and we'll take him off for the day on Sunday and Sunday nights. So that is my half term. Obviously we've got the Butlins, which has already been prepaid, and then I've just got to do something on the Friday with him that I'll probably spend about £30–40 on him that day, but nothing too extravagant. So I hope this has helped you find some ideas of what to do with your kids indoors and outdoors for free or cheap over the May half-term holiday. If you have any other ideas, then do put them down in the comment box below so we can help each other out. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the share button so you can share it with somebody else that might want to see it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos from me. I hope whenever you're watching this, you're having a good morning, good day, good evening, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.